In this lecture, I am going to explain Computer Integrated Manufacturing course basic structure of CNC part program. So, the main aim of this session is to understand what is the basic structure of NC part program. The instructional objectives. This session is designed mainly to identify components of standard NC part program and construct a simple NC part program. Learning outcomes. At the end of this session, you should be able to comprehension of NC part programming elements and application of programming concepts. So, G codes, call it as a preparatory functions. G codes dictate the specific movements and operations of a CNC machine. G codes specify actions like tool positioning, speed, tool changes and much more you can able to control with the help of G codes. So, G codes vary based on the type of machine and the specific task required, providing a universal language that allows different CNC machines to interpret and execute the instructions accurately. So, they control the tool's motion, guiding it to perform various tasks such as cutting, drilling or shaping, etc. The letter, address, G and specific numerical codes allow communication between the controller and the machine tool. So, here are some common preparatory functions G codes used in CNC machining. G00 rapid positioning and G01 linear interpolation, G02 and G03 circular interpolation. G02 is used for clockwise circular interpolation and G03 is counterclockwise interpolation. G04 is a dwell or temporarily pause the programming and G10 is a coordinate system data input and G17, G18, G19 plane selection, which plane you want to operate, that you can select, accordingly you can give the input. G20 and 21 is a unit selection, which unit you are going to give for the controller, that you can mention before writing the program. So, G28 it is written to the home position. For each and every the machine there is a home position or reference position. So, they tell the controller to send the tool to that reference point by executing the G28 code. So, G30 return to secondary home position. There is sometimes some machines having the not more than one home positions are there, that you can use. And G30 is using for thread cutting operations. G40, 41, 42 these are the cutter radius compensations. Compensations we have to incorporate by using the G codes 40, 41, 42. G43, 44 is a tool length compensation and G49 is a tool length compensation cancel, and G53 machine coordinate system selection. G54 to 59 work coordinate systems, that is 1 to 6 work coordinate systems. G61 exact stop mode, G64 continuous mode and G70 finishing cycle and G71 multiple turning cycle, G72 multiple facing cycle, G73 pattern repeating cycle, G74 end phase pick drilling cycle, G75 grooving cycle, G76 multiple thread cutting cycle, G80 cancel motion mode, G90 absolute programming, G81 drilling cycle spot drilling, G82 drilling cycle counter boring, G83 drilling cycle peck drilling, G84 tapping cycle, G85 boring cycle feed out, G86 boring cycle feed in, G90 or G91 distance mode selection and G92 coordinate system offset, G98 feed per minute and G99 feed per revolution. G161 scaling mode on axis dependent scaling and G162 scaling mode off, G163 scaling mode on uniform scaling. So, please note that the availability and functionality of specific G codes may vary depending on the CNC machine, control system and software being used. So, additionally, machine manufacturers may also define custom codes for specific functions or features. So M codes, that miscellaneous functions, that M codes control action like starting or stopping the spindle, turning coolant systems on and off, tool changes and much more. So M codes work in conjunction with G codes, coordinating tool movements and machine operations to execute precise manufacturing processes. So M codes vary widely depending on the mission and its specific functionalities. So M codes are typically used to control auxiliary functions such as tool changes, coolant activation, spindle speed control and other miscellaneous operations can be controlled with the help of M codes. Here are some common miscellaneous functions used in CNC machining. M00 program stop, M01 option program stop, M02 program end, M03 spindle on clockwise rotation, M04 spindle on counterclockwise rotation, M05 spindle off, M06 tool change, M07 mist coolant on, M08 flood coolant on, M09 coolant off, M10 pallet clamp on, M11 pallet clamp off and M19 spindle orientation oriented spindle stop, M20 program transfer from external storage, M21 mirror image x axis, M22 mirror image y axis, M23 mirror image z axis, M24 mirror image cancel, M30 program and rewind, M41 tool compensation cancel, M42 tool compensation write, M48 override feed rate mode and M49 cancel override feed rate mode, M43 tool compensation left and M50 spindle speed override enable, M44 tool compensation off, M51 enable auxiliary functions, M52 disable auxiliary functions, M53 zero offset restore, M54 work coordinate offset override enable and M55 work coordinate offset override disable, M56 scaling enable, M57 scaling disable, M58 probing enable, M59 probing disable, M60 automatic pallet change in, M61 automatic pallet change out, M62 load workpiece into chuck, M63 unload workpiece from chuck, M64 stop workpiece coolant, M65 start workpiece coolant, M66 program stop with conditional skip, M67 program stop without conditional skip and M98 call subprogramming, M99 return from subprogramming, M69 spindle restart after door close, M68 spindle stop for door open, M78 thread on and M79 threading off. So, the self assessment questions, let us see that after gone through these lecture you can able to test which G code is commonly used to command rapid positioning of the tool to a specific location without cutting. Okay. So, now you can see G00, G01, G03, G02 is there, G02 is the answer. So, which M code is commonly used to stop the spindle and coolant in CNC machining? M01, M02, M05, M30, these are the options are given. Okay. So, now the terminal questions, what is the primary purpose of G codes in CNC machining and how they differ from M codes? Describe the function of G28 in CNC machining and how it relates to the machine reference points. Describe the role of M30 in a CNC program and its significance at the end of the machining operation. So, with this these are some of the reference books and sites are there. If you want to refer using these sites and much more the knowledge you can gain on the basic structure of these M codes. Okay, thank you.